All right, welcome back, everyone. We're diving deep today, folks. Get ready, because this one's a real head-scratcher.
Oh, yeah. Lay it on me.
We're talking Bill Gates, we're talking wealth, and we're tackling a question that kind of threw me for a loop, honestly.
Bill Gates, huh? Always an interesting subject.
It is. This all comes from, some excerpts of his speeches, and there's one question someone asked him, would he let his daughter marry a poor man?
Whoa, right out the gate with a tough one.
Seriously. And you know what? His answer, it just blew me away. It's not just a simple yes or no. It gets you thinking about what wealth really is. Is it just about the money?
Yeah, that's the common misconception, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. So this whole deep dive is really about exploring Bill Gates' philosophy on wealth, and it really gets you thinking.
I'm intrigued. So how did this all come up?
So he was at a conference. Someone from the audience just throws this question at him. Would you let your daughter marry a poor man?
The more I think about it, it's a pretty loaded question, isn't it?
Absolutely, yeah. But his answer, it wasn't about snobbery or anything. He took it somewhere else.
Well, that's good. So where did he go with it? What was the main point he was trying to make?
He's basically saying that the way he sees it, real wealth, it's not about how much money you've got sitting in the bank right now.
Right. There's got to be more to it than that, right?
Exactly. It's about the ability to create wealth. That's the real deal, according to Bill Gates.
Interesting. So it's more about potential, isn't it? Like having the skills and mindset to build wealth rather than just inheriting it or stumbling upon it.
Exactly. It's like he's saying someone who's totally broke, but they've got the hustle, they've got the skills, they've got the ideas. They're actually, in a way, wealthier than, I don't know, let's say a lottery winner.
Whoa, that's kind of a bold statement, isn't it? A broke entrepreneur being wealthier than a lottery winner.
It sounds crazy, right? But think about it. You see those stories all the time. Someone wins millions in the lottery and then poof, it's gone in a few years.
That is true. There's that statistic, isn't there? Something like 90% of lottery winners lose their winnings within, 5 years? Something like that.
It's crazy. 90%.
Crazy, right. It perfectly illustrates what we're talking about, doesn't it?
Yeah, it really does. It's like they might have all that cash suddenly, but if they don't have the skills, the knowledge, the mindset, it just vanishes.
It goes to show that financial literacy is a skill in itself, a form of intelligence even.
Exactly. You need to know how to manage money, how to invest it, how to make it grow. It's not just about having it. It's about what you do with it.
Right, and it goes back to what Gates was saying, that inherent ability to create wealth. It's not about a lump sum. It's about understanding how to build and sustain it.
Okay, so we've got the lottery winner, right?
Right.
They might have the money, but not the wealth mindset, so to speak. What's the flip side of that?
Well, let's think about that entrepreneur we mentioned earlier. They might be scraping by, working long hours, maybe living on ramen noodles, but they're building something.
Right, they have that vision, that drive, and they're putting in the work to make it happen.
They're learning, they're adapting, they're taking risks. They might not have much money right now, but they're on a path, they're building that wealth-creating machine.
I like how you put that, a wealth-creating machine.
Yeah.
So, according to Bill Gates, it's like they're already on the road to wealth, even if they haven't reached the destination yet.
Exactly. They have that key ingredient, the ability to create. It's not just about waiting for a windfall or depending on someone else to provide for you.
This is really making me rethink the whole idea of wealth,
Yeah.
But, okay, hold on a second. Doesn't this kind of imply that if you're born into poverty, you're automatically at a disadvantage? How do you build that wealth-creating machine if you're starting from scratch with limited resources?
It's a valid question. And, it's something that Gates addresses indirectly with this anecdote about a security guard.
A security guard. Okay, I'm listening.
So this security guard, he finds a bag of money, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, most people, what would they do?
Probably pocket it, right? I mean, finders keepers, right?
Right, exactly. But this guy, he returns it straight back to the bank manager, no hesitation.
Wow, that's pretty incredible, honestly. Most people wouldn't even think twice.
Right. You'd think that's the right thing to do ethically, but maybe not the smartest move financially.
Exactly. But here's the thing. Gates uses this example to show that this security guard, he already had that wealth mindset, even though he wasn't, wealthy at the time.
It was about integrity, right? Making the ethical choice, even when it might seem financially disadvantageous.
Yeah, it's like he was playing the long game without even realizing it. But, some might say, oh, come on, that's just a lucky break. What if the manager hadn't been so impressed by his honesty? What if nothing had come of it?
That's fair. There's always an element of luck involved, right?
Yeah, I mean, not everyone who returns a lost bag gets rewarded for it.
True. But Gates points out that this, what seemed like a foolish act, it actually led to something pretty amazing for the security guard.
Oh, yeah. What happened?
He got promoted, and not just like a small promotion either. He ends up becoming like a regional head for the bank.
Wow, so he went from security guard to a high-level banking position because he chose to be honest.
Exactly. It's like that saying, what goes around comes around. He built that trust, showed his character, and in the end, it paid off in a way he could never have imagined.
It's almost like a real-life parable, isn't it? But,
Yeah.
I mean, how often does that really happen?
Who knows? But I think the bigger point is it's about building your character. It's about having those skills, that spirit, that drive that helps you create opportunities, not just wait for them.
I see what you mean. It's not just about waiting for a lucky break. It's about being ready for it when it comes.
Right. And constantly working to make your own luck, as they say.
So we're talking honesty, integrity, and the wealth mindset. It all ties back to what we were discussing earlier, right? It's not about handouts. It's about being the kind of person who creates their own success.
You got it. It's about developing that entrepreneurial spirit, being proactive, taking risks, building something of value.
Okay, so just to recap, what would you say is Bill Gates' ultimate point here? What's his definition of true wealth?
I think it boils down to this. It's a mindset. It's a combination of continuous learning, hard work, and that constant drive to build something real, something valuable.
It's about taking ownership of your future, isn't it?
Absolutely. It's not about waiting for someone to hand you a winning lottery ticket. It's about developing the skills and the mindset to create your own success.
So listeners, where do you see yourself in all of this? Are you the person waiting for things to happen? Or are you out there building, creating, taking those risks?
That's the question, isn't it? Which side of the equation are you on?
It's something we all need to ask ourselves, I think. And while you're mulling that over, think about this too. What's one skill, just one, that you could start working on today that would, boost your wealth in the long run?
Could be anything, right? Learning a new language, taking a coding class, mastering public speaking.
The possibilities are endless. The important thing is to keep learning, keep growing. All right, folks, that's it for this deep dive. We'll catch you on the next one.